Hello, everyone, and welcome back into Wisconsin Valley Conference Volleyball. This Wisconsin Valley Conference meet here on a Saturday, live from DC Everest High School. In our next matchup, likely the game of the day, Marshfield and DC Everest. Marshfield sits alone atop the conference right now. They come in at 30-3 overall, 7-0 in conference play. They swept DC Everest earlier this season. But again, the sets weren't necessarily blowouts. But Marshfield, DC Everest coming up, and again, you look at the conference standings right now. Marshfield sits alone at the top right now, 7-0 in conference play. DC Everest is now 8-1 in conference play after that last win. So they've actually played 2 more conference games than Marshfield this season. But Marshfield with a win. Again, how Marshfield has really handled this Wisconsin Valley Conference so far this season, they're able to take down DC Everest, which is the only team that's close to them in the standings. Spash, Wausau West are tied at third at 4-4 in conference play. Not going to be enough time to catch Marshfield at this point. If Marshfield's able to win this one against DC Everest, that really would, I think, seal the conference. Not officially, not technically. Technically, I believe there would still be a mathematical chance that DC Everest could still share the conference title with Marshfield, but you know, if you just take a look, and actually, no, with just one more conference game, well, they got to play 12 conference games. So, yeah, there would still be a mathematical chance, but to anybody watching, if Marshfield wins this one, it is pretty close to sealing the conference title for the Tigers here this year. And again, Marshfield, they're going to play Spash after this game. We'll have that one live for you as well. So we got this game, Marshfield, DC Everest, live on Zaleski Sports. Again, my name is Cale Jacoby alongside Braden Bullis doing the production here today. But we just saw DC Everest beat Wausau East in 3 sets. Now we're going to have this Marshfield-DC Everest game, and then our next game, it'll be right after this one. I think they actually are taking about a 40-minute break after this game. Then the third game will be Marshfield and Spash live. Again, all these games big. They're all conference games. All big games, but none bigger than this one between these two teams. And you got to think DC Everest got to have a bad taste in their mouth after that loss to Marshfield earlier in the season. And that was here. That was at home. So DC Everest was at home against Marshfield. They're at home against Marshfield again here. Tigers looking for the same result, and we are set and underway here from DC Everest High School. Marshfield serves it. Great serve skimming off the net to start things off. That was Grace Taylor on the serve. Truitt receives it, and that's going to be too strong. Point goes to the Evergreens. That was Devin Lemoyne going for it that time for the Tigers. Oh, nope, they said that was on the line or deflected. That's a kill for Lemoyne. They give the point to Marshfield. Marshfield gets the point. I think they said it was deflected, so it's a kill for Lemoyne, and that serve goes into the net from Grace Taylor. And now, again, I did say Marshfield, I misspoke. They're 7-0 in conference. I don't know what the result of their last game was. They just played Wausau West earlier today. My guess is that they won. So if they did, they would be 8-0 in conference play. Again, I imagine they won that game. They won that match. Didn't have enough time to go down and double-check that as we started right away, but Hall gets the kill that time for DC Everest. And the Evergreens are up 2-1 here on the Tigers. Technical difficulties with the scoreboard right now. Stay patient with us. We're working on that. We'll get that back up and running for you properly in just a moment. For now, I'll keep you updated. That's going to be another kill for the Evergreens, and you can just kind of feel the energy in the gym is just significantly higher for this next game. Addison Lohman with the kill that time. You can tell the DC Everest fans fired up for this one. Marshfield fans fired up for this one, and another score for the Evergreens. That is an ace. An ace that time for Ryden Lerke. 4-1 Everest, and here the Evergreens couldn't have started this one off any better. Lerke back to serve. Dugout. That time Homolka hits it over. Lauren Homolka. And another one for the Evergreens. Sydney Geis scores at that time for the Evergreens, and DC Everest all over the Tigers here to start things off. Again, Marshfield won here at DC Everest earlier in the season, 3-0, and Everest looking to show that they've got something to say here about the conference title. Lerke, and we've got our scoreboard back up and running. Good to go. Another one. Another ace for Lerke. Timeout Marshfield. DC Everest has come out and started on fire here in the first set. 7-1 DC Everest. Timeout Marshfield. We'll take a quick break. Back after this from DC Everest High School on Zaleski Sports.
Find auto repairs, brakes, tires, and oil changes all in one place at Auto Select in Weston. At Auto Select, you can expect dependable automotive repair from the experts you can trust and will exceed your expectations. You'll find reward programs to save you time and money, and many of the top tire brands on the market with a variety of options to fit your vehicle and budget. For your next auto repair or maintenance, bring your vehicle to Auto Select on Schofield Avenue in Weston.
Welcome back, everybody. DC Everest leads Marshfield 7-1 here in this first set, and just kind of stunning Marshfield to start things off. Yeah, DC Everest, we said this is the game of the day, but Marshfield would be the favorite for sure, and Lauren Homolka going for the kill that time. Can DC Everest get it over? No. The kill for Lauren Homolka. And the Tigers score now 7-2 Everest. Going back to serve is Casey Dassler for the Tigers. We've had Tiger Volleyball live for you on Zaleski Sports all year long. That's going to be too strong from Truitt. So we've seen this Tiger team dominate this season. They score another one there. 2 out of the timeout. That's exactly what you're looking for if you're Coach Dawn Sadowska. And nearly an ace, but somehow DC Everest gets it over, and somehow they score that. I don't know how that one happened. That was Lindsay Truitt, who just kind of at the last second, kind of a knee-jerk reaction, had to pass it over and perfectly placed it for the score. 8-3 Everest. Truitt goes back to serve. And nearly an ace for Truitt. Agna's got to set it over. Does. And no, it hit. I think they say it hit the out-of-bounds wire. Point goes to DC Everest. The Evergreens continuing to roll here, 9-3. Truitt back to serve. And this is what I would call the game of the day here on Zaleski Sports between Marshfield and DC Everest. Lerke just sets it over. Homolka's there. Set back here for Agna into the net. By Abby Agna, and you don't see that often from Agna. Agna listed at 6'2" on the roster. Normally gets up and gets those spikes over. That one was a little bit further away from the net. Point Evergreens. Dug out there the libero Ashlyn Barwick. And there's the kill from Abby Agna. And that is what it's been all year long for Agna on that front line. If she gets it up in that spot, if she gets a good set up over the net, there's not really much you can do defensively to stop an Agna kill. Set up here, that is Hall, and Hall with the kill. Kirsten Hall with the kill for the Evergreens, and they lead it 11-4 now. This DC Everest team clearly ready to play here against Marshfield. They remember what happened the last time these two teams played, and Evergreens coming out determined not to let it happen again. Another ace for the Evergreens. Sammy Johnson with the ace. And the Evergreens lead it 12-4 now over the Tigers. Here it is from Johnson again. Dug out Barwick. The setup that time for Agna, blocked at the net. To Agna again, and that's going to be a kill for Abby Agna. Again, with Agna, it's not just the height where she's able to get up and down, but she's got so much power on those spikes that even on a long one like that, you know, it wasn't even in a perfect spot for her. She's able to skim it right over the net and just too strong of a hit there to be returned. And Evergreen's going to return this one here. Pass over by Geis. Nope. Out. I think it was into the out-of-bounds pole, and point goes to Marshfield again. 12-6 your score now. Back to serve for the Tigers is Kaylin Kurth. Kurth skims it over, but out. Tried to walk the line on that far right line that time, but just out. Point goes to the Evergreens. It's 13-6. As Riley Rajek goes back to serve. Dug out there. Kurth sets it up here, and that's going to be too strong on the hit from Sophia Olsen. Point Evergreens once again. They lead it 14-6 here. Rajek on the serve. Dug out there by Barwick. The setup here. The lefty too strong again. This time that was Casey Dassler going for it. 15-6 your score now. The Evergreens lead it. Rajek on the serve. Dug out by Taylor. Agna at the net. Set up here, Lerke, and blocked by the Tigers. Score for Marshfield. That one blocked by Sophia Olsen and Grace Taylor for the Tigers. 15-7 your score now as Devin Lemoyne checks back into the game for the Tigers. Here's Taylor back to serve it. Harmon there to dig it out. Set up that time for Geis. For the Tigers with the left to score, it's Grace Taylor with the kill. As the Tigers try to cut into this large Evergreen lead, Abby Agna goes back to serve. And she serves it into the net. Point Evergreens. Miss hit on the serve that time. 16-8. DC Everest over Marshfield. Harmon back to serve, dug out Barwick into the net, and Marshfield able to return it, but no, lift call. Lift call on the Tigers. Point Evergreens. 17-8 your score as DC Everest looks to run away with this first set. Harmon back to serve. Dug out there by Agna. Here's the setup for Taylor, and Lerke is there, and Lerke with the kill. The perfectly placed hit over there by Ryden Lerke. And the Evergreens go up 18-8 now. Barwick digs that one out. Set up here for Agna into the net. Point Evergreens, 19-8 DC Everest. And again, been talking about it all day. This is the game to circle. This is the game to keep your eye on. But I mean, I can't even say that I expected Everest to come out and just thrash Marshfield like they have here in the first set. Again, this one far from over. That was an excellent dig there by Harmon. Lerke dug out Kurth, and they're going to give the point to Everest in the net call against Agna of the Tigers. And it's 20-8. DC Everest, Harmon back to serve. Dug out there by Barwick. Here's the setup, and Truitt can't quite get it over. I think just mishit it that time. Point goes to the Tigers. But again, as the old saying goes, no matter what it looks like on paper, this is why you play the games. As Barwick goes back to serve there, Harmon. And Truitt with the kill. Lindsey Truitt with the kill for the Tigers. And also, it's not as if, obviously, again, we talked about it, this is the game of the day. It's not as if DC Everest is so far behind Marshfield. Marshfield is 30-3 this year, DC Everest 17-9, but Everest, an excellent volleyball team we just saw in the last match. And they're coming out and proving it here in this first set. There's a kill for Lauren Homolka for the Tigers. 21-10. Tigers score it. That one skimmed over the net. Going to be an ace. An ace for Grace Taylor. Back at the serve line, 21-11. The score now. Can Everest return it here? No. Point goes to Marshfield. Double hit call against the Evergreens. As Marshfield tries to make a late push here, down 21-12. They were down 21-8. Taylor back to serve. With the left, dugout. Set up here, Truitt has to hit it over. Kurth sets it up here, Lemoyne. The set over, Agna's there. Kurth now, the setup for Homolka, dugout. Guy sets it up for Lerke. Lerke's there again, and Lerke walks the line with it, scores it for the Evergreens. Ryden Lerke having a heck of a set for the Evergreens. And it's 22-12. DC Everest. Lerke goes back to serve it. Dug out there by Barwick. And Marshfield can't get it over. Taylor into the net with it, and DC Everest leads 23-12. Lerke back to serve. And a little bit of miscommunication from the Tigers that time, but they get it over. Hall is there, dug out by Taylor. Kurth back to Taylor, passes it over. Here's the setup for Hall, and Hall's got the kill. Kristen Hall, the junior, with the kill. 24-12 Everest. Here's the setup for Homolka, blocked at the net. Agna's there. Lemoyne passes it over. The setup for Hall, dugout. Set point here, 24-12. Marshfield gets the score. Lemoyne with the score. Casey Dassler back to serve. Harmon digs it out. Here's the setup for Hall. Kurth up to Agna, and the kill for Abby Agna. Again, Agna really hasn't had a lot of opportunities like that here in this one. From her outside hitter spot. 24-14. Casey Dassler back to serve. Harmon digs it out. Here's the setup for Truitt. Still set point. Set up for Agna, and a great dig there by Lerke. Digs out an Agna spike. They're going to set back for Agna again here. Agna this time just softly taps it over. Set up here, Lohman. The set over that time. Dug out Barwick. Kurth over with it. The score for Kaylin Kurth. And DC Everest wants a timeout. They lead it 24-15. We'll take a quick 30-second break. Back with the rest of the first set from DC Everest High School after this on Zaleski Sports.
Did you know you can start your 4-year degree locally and get the same college experience closer to home? From the moment you step onto our campus, we'll be there for you, supporting your dreams, saving you money, and giving you a well-rounded academic and social experience with student housing, clubs, sports, and leadership opportunities. With NTC's liberal arts transfer degree, you can start here and go anywhere, including guaranteed transfer to UW-Madison. North Central Technical College. Transferability made easy.
Welcome back, everybody. 24-15, DC Everest leads Marshfield here in the first set. And DC Everest, I think, stunning Marshfield here in the first set. Ag Country Farm Credit Services is a farmer-owned co-op offering a wide array of custom financing and financial services, from loans and leases to crop insurance and tax and records. They have you covered. Contact Ag Country in Stevens Point, Wausau, Marshfield, and Medford. Set point here. Marshfield back to serve. It's Casey Dassler. 24-15 your score. Set up here for Hall. Returned by the Tigers. Homolka's there, and the kill for Lauren Homolka. Marshfield starting to get a little something going here in this set, but likely going to be too little too late here, as the Evergreens need just one more point to seal this first set. Dassler back to serve. Harmon digs it out. The setup here into the net. Blocked. Score for the Tigers. Homolka was there for the block. And the Tigers cut it to just a 7-point set now. But again, still a lot of work to do here for Marshfield. Dassler back to serve. Lohman digs it out, the set over. Kurth sets it over. Laerke's there. Set up here for Truitt. Blocked at the net. Score for the Tigers. That's Abby Agno with the block. And now it's 24-18 here. Remains set point. Marshfield has scored 5 in a row. And that's out, and that's going to do it. For the first set, DC Everest takes down Marshfield 25-18 here in the first set. And they start off with a 1-0 set count lead here in this massive conference matchup here between DC Everest and Marshfield. We're going to step aside, take a break, be back with set number 2 of this DC Everest Marshfield Wisconsin Valley Conference matchup right after this on Zaleski Sports.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
If you're buying or selling a home, look no further than real estate experts Dustin Erickson and Jack Fisher, the gold standard of real estate. 20 years of combined experience makes the Erickson Fisher Group your best choice on the 400 block downtown Wausau.
I'm Jamie Schley. As your American Family Insurance agent, I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing is wrong. Give me a call or stop by our new office location, and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
For me, for Green Heck, it's just equal opportunity for everybody to grow.
I've been going to school for electrical system technology, and they gave me opportunity to go to that department. I was like, wow.
Green Heck gives you a lot of opportunities. A lot. People that work hard here, they get opportunity to move up, and I found all that and more here.
I've been encouraged to grow, to get education. Our future's really bright.
Work where there are endless career opportunities, no mandatory overtime, and a great family atmosphere.
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
they, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed.
It's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
Welcome back, everybody. As we get set to start set number 2, if you're just joining us, DC Everest beat Marshfield in the first set here in this one again. This is what I would call the biggest game we've got on Zaleski Sports today. We've got football live on Zaleski Sports, soccer, Wisconsin Valley Conference, volleyball for you all day. This is the matchup, though, of the day. Marshfield undefeated in conference. DC Everest with just one loss in conference. If DC Everest wins this game, these two teams have a chance at being tied up in conference play at the end of the year, might share the conference title. If Marshfield wins, Marshfield likely will take the conference outright this year. It won't be officially mathematically clinched, but I can tell you that's likely the scenario between those two scenarios happening here. Marshfield starts off with a score here in this one. Grace Taylor scores it for the Tigers. But again, you look at DC Everest, they lost to Marshfield earlier this year, 3-0 here at home. You got to think that left a bad taste in this team's mouth. Conference rivalry, not looking to let that happen again. And here's the setup for Abby Agna and the kill for Agna. Abby Agna with the kill. And the Tigers lead it 2-0 here over DC Everest. Taylor back to serve. Set up here, it's Truitt. Deflected at the net, out, score for DC Everest. Again, that's Lindsay Truitt. Now it's 2-1. Again, it was a 25-18 win in the first set for DC Everest. Laerke back to serve. And we should be in for a good one here from DC Everest High School. Kerr sets it up for Agna, dug out that time, and Marshfield's got to get it over here. Taylor does. Harmon's there. The setup back for Hall, and Hall with the kill. Kirsten Hall ties it up at 2 apiece. Kurth sets it back here for Lauren Homolka, blocked by Truitt. And DC Everest takes the lead as Lindsay Truitt gets the block. Three to 2 your score now. Kurth sets it up here for Agna, and the kill for Abby Agna. Agna with the kill evens things up at 3-3. Again, I have to imagine we're going to see some close sets from now on. And you never know what can happen in the sport of volleyball, but a lot on the line here in this game. Lauren Homolka on the serve and into the net. Again, there's been a lot of that here for Marshfield. A lot of just kind of self-inflicted errors today. Uncharacteristic of this Tiger team. 3-4. So that's going to be a point for Everest. Truitt goes back to serve. Dug out there. Taylor the setup here for Agna, and another one for Abby Agna. And Agna about as automatic as it gets in the state of Wisconsin for a frontline player on those spikes. 4-4 the score here. Kurth back to serve. And, oh, nice save. Nice keep in there by Everest. That time it was, Sydney Geis. She kept that alive. It was right near the net, and somehow she passed it back and got it to, I believe, Laerke, who wound up with the kill. And Everest goes up 5-4 now. Back to serve now is Sammy Johnson. That one dug out by Casey Dassler. Set up here, and Taylor almost gets it. That one into the net. Point Everest. Sophia Olsen into the net that time. And Everest goes up 6-4 now. Sounds like we've also got a small but still there DC Everest student section here today. Again, it's a Saturday. And that is a DC Everest score. That went out. Looked like off Marshfield. 7-4, Tigers lead it now. But again, you can just feel the energy ramped up here in this second game of the day. DC Everest Wausau East game was a little quiet for a lot of it. Not a lot of, just didn't seem like a lot of energy there from fans or, players. It was a kind of a Marshfield, DC Everest had their way in that one. Score there was for Grace Taylor, but for this Marshfield DC Everest matchup, you can just tell the tension out there. You can just feel the tension out there on the floor. What a dig by Lerke. Lerke's been fantastic for DC Everest today, and has been all year, but today she's really been excellent, and that point's going to go to Marshfield. 7-6, Everest with the lead. Agna back to serve. And Agna into the net on the serve. Point goes to the Evergreens. Again, that's the stuff we're seeing from Marshfield here today, that just a few serves into the net, few miscommunication errors out there, and something what we've seen. But again, in no way do I want to communicate that that's why Everest is up 1-0. Everest won that first set because they played excellent, played fantastically there in the first set. That's why they won the first set. That's going to be out off Marshfield. Of course, it's always a mixture in any sport. Mixture between the other team playing well and you beating yourself sometimes. But no, in that first set, Everest was excellent. And they're playing very well here in the second set as well. 9-5 the score. Riley Rajek on the serve. Set up here for Agna. Agna into the net again. Point Everest. They lead 10-6 here. And Everest looking to come out here and stun the Tigers. It's 10-6. DC Everest. Timeout Marshfield. We'll take a quick break. Be back with more Wisconsin Valley Conference volleyball after this on Zaleski Sports.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call to your first sip to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Hi, my name is Preston. I have the Abbey Bank Bright Future checking account for kids and teens. I really like the mobile wallet feature. I just tap my phone to pay for snacks or anything at a store. I get my own debit card that my mom can transfer money into. She can also turn my card on or off if I misplace it. Plus, Abbey Bank gave me a bonus after I made my first deposit. Mom, if you're listening, send more money, please.
Visit us online at abbeybank.com to learn more. Abbey Bank is a member FDIC.
Welcome back, everybody. DC Everest leads Marshfield 10-6, and looks like the Spash Panther volleyball team, they're done. They must have just beat Merrill in the other gym. So Spash is ready. Spash will play Marshfield next, but we've got to get through this one. This is the game of the year in the Wisconsin Valley Volleyball Conference. And Marshfield's down 1-0 in the set count, 10-6 here in the second set. And Marshfield is 30-3 on the season. They haven't lost a single conference game yet. They're down 1-0 in the set count. Johnson hits that one over. Agna is there. Nope, that's Barwick. Now Agna passes it over. Harmon's there. Johnson, the setup. And nearly a kill, but Agna's there to dig it out. Barwick, and the score for the Evergreens. 11-6. DC Everest. Again, we talked about it. The first matchup between these two teams, Marshfield won 3-0. So this was that set DC Everest just won was the first set they've won against Marshfield this year. And now they're trying to make it another one, up 11-6. And that's going to be a kill for Grace Taylor. Taylor with the kill. Marshfield scores it. 11-7 your score now. Barwick back to serve. Dug out that time. Lerke hits it over. And Lerke with the kill. Ryden Lerke scores it. And the Evergreens go up 12-7 now. Ella Harmon back to serve for DC Everest. Barwick digs it out. Set up here for Homolka. Dug out by, it's like Johnson that time. Geis over with it. Kurth was there to dig it out. Set up here for Truitt, and the kill for Lindsay Truitt. 13-7. The Evergreens are not messing around here in the first two sets. Harmon back to serve. Set up here, and that's going to be a kill. This time for Devin Lemoyne. Lemoyne with the kill. Now going back to serve for the Tigers is Grace Taylor. And Taylor serves it into the net. Point Evergreens. And again, I think Everest is a good team, but this is no doubt would be an upset win if DC Everest won this game. Make no mistake about that. And I think sometimes if you're a team like Marshfield and you start off this way and Everest just jumps out on you, plays so well, starts off this way as Homolka. Lauren Homolka is going to get the kill that time, but it does something psychologically. I think it takes a lot of mental grit to come back from something like this. And again, this second set is far from over. It's 14-9, but to get really beat in that first set pretty handily in a game that you expect to win, having not lost the conference game all year. Marshfield's going to score that time. Kurth was there to block that, as was Lauren Homolka. But it takes a lot of mental grit to come back from that. And then to start this set off with DC Everest in the lead and controlling things again, that can get into your head mentally sometimes. And that's the tough part about starting off slow when you're the favorite coming into the game. Agna going for the kill there. That was deflected. The score for the Tigers. Abby Agna with the kill. And it's 14-11 now. Again, this one is far from over. Don't want to get too ahead of myself here. Don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. A lot of volleyball left to be played today and in this match. As Hall is there, and Hall's got the kill. Kirsten Hall with the kill, 15-11 Evergreens. As the Tigers desperately try not to fall down 2-0. And Lerke back to serve. Kurth, a setup here for Agna. Deflected at the net, and nobody for Everest went to get it. Winds up a kill for Abby Agna once again. And Homolka goes back to serve for the Tigers. 15-12, and Homolka serves it into the net. Again, that has happened. That's the fourth or fifth time the Tigers have just mishit on the serve here in this match. And again, that wouldn't have been the difference in the first set. That has been the difference here in the second set, though. Down by just 4. And that one's going to be too strong on the serve there by Truitt, 16-13. And now Kaylin Kurth goes back to serve for the Tigers. Kurth gets it over. Geis sets it back for Hall, and the kill for Kirsten Hall. And she's had a heck of a day there on that far outside hitter spot as well. Did a really nice job against Wausau East, having another nice set, another match here against Marshfield. Point DC Everest, 17-13 Evergreens. And Sammy Johnson goes back to serve. Dug up by Taylor. Here is the setup for Agna and the kill for Abby Agna. Agna with the kill. And right into Lerke. Dive in to try to make that play. But Agna kills it. 17-14 your score. Agna checks out. Going back to serve now for Marshfield is Kaylee Sharon. Sharon in for the first time tonight. Dug out there. Set up here by Geis. Blocked at the net. Recovered, though, by the Evergreens. Geis gets it over. Set back. Taylor scores it. Grace Taylor with the kill, and the Tigers are within 2 now. This is the closest they've been, obviously, other than the start of the sets, but this is the closest they've been this late into a set this match. Sharon on the serve, and she serves it into the net. Again, that's really been the difference here in the second set is struggles at the serving line for Marshfield. Again, they had a couple in the first set, but it wouldn't have been enough to get them the win. DC Everest just outplayed them in the first set. Here in the second set, it's been pretty evenly played. Marshfield's just kind of beating themselves with some bad serves, which is part of the game, of course. But that's been the difference, and there's the kill for Lemoyne. Devin Lemoyne with the kill for the Tigers. And 18-16, Everest over Marshfield now. Now going back to serve for the Tigers is the libero, Ashlyn Barwick. Barwick on the serve, returned there, blocked at the net. Like Homolka, and nobody from Marshfield went for that one. A perfect location there. Looked like Rajek getting it right into the middle of that Marshfield defense, and Ella Harmon goes back to serve here for the Evergreens. Dug out by Agna. Kurth sets it up for Lemoyne, and Lemoyne's got the kill. Powerful kill that time for Devin Lemoyne. And the Tigers within 2 again. It's the closest they've been able to keep it so far. It's 2 points. Taylor goes back to serve for the Tigers. With the left, Harmon digs it out. Here's the set back. And the kill. That's Sydney Geis with the kill for the Evergreens. 20-17. The Evergreens now 5 away from going up 2-0 in the set count. Lerke back to serve it. Rather, that was Geis. And that is nearly a kill. Great dig by Rajek to keep that alive. An excellent dig. That one's set over, hit back over by the Evergreens. Kurth for Agna, and too strong, out. Point goes to the Evergreens. 21-17, DC Everest. Or no, are they giving that to Marshfield now? Are they saying that was on the line? They're going to give that point to Marshfield. Maybe they say it was deflected. Nonetheless, point goes to the Tigers. That's big. 20-18 Tigers. That was Dassler on the serve. Kurth sets it up here for Homolka. Homolka had to lean back for that one a little bit. Lerke is there. Homolka sets it up here for Agna. Deflected at the net. Kept alive here, set up for Lerke. Dug out Taylor. Kurth for Agna again, and Agna gets it right in the backside of that DC Everest defense. She finds that back opening and scores it for the Tigers. Well-placed hit that time from Agna. And it's 20-19 now as the Tigers try to even this thing up at 1 set apiece. Dassler back to serve. Geis sets it up for Hall. Dug out Agna. Tigers got to get it over here. They do. That's Dassler. Geis hits it over. We got a whistle. Violation against Everest. Point Marshfield. They've tied it up. And a timeout for DC Everest. We are tied up at 20 apiece here in the second set. We'll take a quick 30-second break. Stay tuned back with an electrifying finish live from DC Everest after this on Zaleski Sports.
If you're buying or selling a home, look no further than real estate experts Dustin Erickson and Jack Fisher, the gold standard of real estate. 20 years of combined experience makes the Erickson Fisher Group your best choice on the 400 block downtown Wausau.
Save during the summer tire event at Sherrill Tire and Service Centers. Up to $150 back on a select set of 4 Goodyear tires. Buy online or mail-in rebate when you use the Goodyear credit card through June 30th at Sherrill Tire and Service Centers. Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Turn myself down there. Welcome back, everybody, as DC Everest and Marshfield tied up at 20 here in the second set. And this is just a pivotal set because obviously Marshfield wants to even it. And if DC Everest goes up 2-0, based on what we've seen here tonight, it's as great a team as Marshfield is. It's tough to win 3 sets in a row against a good team like DC Everest. So if you're Marshfield, this is one you feel like you have to have. if you want to win this match. You want a chance at winning this match. Agna goes up with a left there. But Everest, you win it. And pretty close. I mean, I won't say seal the match, but pretty good step towards it. And now we got a whistle point. DC Everest violation on Marshfield in the net call against Lauren Homolka. Point goes to the Evergreens. They lead it 21-20. Lerke goes back to serve. Barwick digs that out. Kerr sets it up here for Homolka. Dugout Harmon. Geis sets it back for Hall. Blocked at the net, and DC Everest somehow keeps it alive. Credit Truitt there for keeping it alive. Kurth, the set back here for Homolka, and the kill. Lauren Homolka with the kill. The Tigers tie it back up at 21. Homolka goes back to serve now for Marshfield. Homolka, dug out by Harmon. Geis sets it back. A nice set for Truitt and the kill. Now that was some pretty work there from DC Everest. The excellent set from the junior Sydney Geis right up for Truitt with the kill. That was perfectly done by the Evergreens. 22-11, DC Everest. Truitt back to serve. That one dug out by Dassler. Set up here, and that will be a kill for Sophia Olsen, the middle hitter. Her first kill of the set and the match. Olsen ties it up for the Tigers at 22. Going back to serve now for Marshfield is Kaylin Kurth. Dug out there by Harmon. Here's the setup for Hall, and that's out but deflected. The kill for Kirsten Hall, and Everest takes a 1-point lead again. We're going back and forth here at the end of this second set. Neither team giving an inch. Sammy Johnson back to serve for the Evergreens. Dug out there by Dassler. Kurth sets it up for Agna. Dug out there. The set over, and nobody's there for the Tigers. A heady play. A heady play that time by Isabella Craigie. Craigie sets it over and scores it, and this is the set point here in set number 2. Timeout Marshfield. Everest is feeling good right now. 24-22 the score. We'll take a quick 30-second break. Back with the final and the set point on Zaleski Sports.
Welcome to J&D Tube Benders. Here at J&D, we strive to meet our customers' requirements and expectations. We pursue this goal through the effort of our dedicated employees by continually improving in the areas of customer service, quality, and productivity. We pride ourselves on not only being a pillar of the manufacturing industry, but a family to our employees. J&D Tube Benders, the fastest name in tube line fabrication.
Welcome back, everybody. It is the set point here in set number 2, live from DC Everest High School. The Evergreens 1 point away from going up 2-0 on the top team in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. Marshfield is undefeated in conference play. Marshfield swept DC Everest the first time they played this year, 3-0. And DC Everest is 1 point away from going up 2-0 in the set count here in this one. The serve for Johnson. Blocked at the net, out, point Marshfield. Point Tigers, blocked out. It goes down as a kill for Grace Taylor. And the Tigers back within 1 here. Again, tensions don't get any higher than this in the sport of volleyball. Back to serve for the Tigers is Kaylee Sharon. Sharon, good serve, dug out by Harmon. Here's the setup, that's Geis, and Marshfield somehow able to keep it alive, just barely, and barely gets it over the net. And now they can't. DC Everest scores it, and they take the second set 25-23. This place is going wild here for the Evergreens. The Evergreens beat Marshfield in the second set 25-23. 30-23. And what a shocking way for this match to go, as a 25-23 win for Everest. And they're up 2-0 here in the set count. And let's just take a moment to catch our breaths here after that set. Again, Marshfield, they're 30-3 on this season. Last time these two teams played, Marshfield swept them 3-0. And again, I said all day, this is the game to circle on our Zaleski Sports broadcast lineup today. This Marshfield DC Everest volleyball match. And I could not have expected DC Everest to come out like they have. 2-0 in the set count. It has been something to watch here for DC Everest. And they're one set away from sweeping Marshfield. And it's tough to come back 2-0 here. But we're going to take a quick break and go to commercial quick, and we'll be back with the third set after this on Zaleski Sports.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
For me, for Green Heck, it's just equal opportunity for everybody to grow.
I've been going to school for electrical system technology, and they gave me opportunity to go to that department. I was like, wow.
Green Heck gives you a lot of opportunities. A lot. People that work hard here, they get opportunity to move up, and I found all that and more here.
I've been encouraged to grow, to get education. Our future's really bright.
Work where there are endless career opportunities, no mandatory overtime, and a great family atmosphere.
Let your job journey begin at Express Employment Professionals. Find hundreds of employers looking for a candidate like you, all in one place at one time. And let Express Employment help connect you with your future career. With locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Marshfield, and Medford, you'll find local jobs right in your community, including direct hire and evaluation to hire opportunities. Express Employment specializes in light industrial, skilled trades, professional, and office careers. Begin your job journey today with Express Employment Professionals at expresspros.com.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get set to start set number 3. I have a correction to make. I was incorrectly saying that it was Devin Lemoyne with getting some of those kills out there. That was Alyssa Femmel out there with those kills. Again, they're number 8 and 9. They look very similar. And again, we're from the press box at a distance, especially with somebody that doesn't have great eyes like myself. A little tough to see, but apologies for that. That is Alyssa Femmel. Get that corrected. Thanks to the Marshfield fan for coming up and correcting that. Sure we get that right. So now it's Alyssa Femmel out there for the Tigers. And not Devin Lemoyne, as I have been saying. Alyssa Femmel. That was an ace to start things off for the Tigers. Up 1-0 now. And I believe that's Grace Taylor back serving. Yes, it is. Truitt into the net, point Tigers. And the Tigers, they got some work to do here. Now, this is the way you want to start, up 2-0. And by no means is it impossible to come back from down 2-0, especially when you're a team like Marshfield, one of the top volleyball teams in the state this year. Again, we've got them ranked at, what do you got them ranked at on Zaleski Sports, number 6? Number 6 ranked team in the state, according to our Zaleski Sports rankings, Jason's rankings there. So, again, if any team can do it, Marshfield can do it. And that time into the net from Femmel. And for Everest. Looks like Lerke, yep, back to serve it. And there's the kill. I believe that was Femmel. No, that was Homolka. Lauren Homolka with the kill that time for the Tigers. 3-1 Marshfield. But again, as I said, if there's a team in the area that can come back from 2-0 against the good DC Everest team, it is Marshfield. It'd be the team that could do it. Oh, great dig that time from Lerke. Can Everest get it over? No. 4-1 Marshfield now. This is their biggest lead of the match. As there's an ace for Casey Dassler. But again, it's tough. You are playing a very good DC Everest team. We've seen that today. This Evergreen team coming to show that they're still trying to fight for this conference title. And Agna with a kill. Abby Agna. And the Tigers go up 5-1. The Tigers coming out with kind of a burning fire of energy here in this third set. Casey Dassler back to serve it. Harmon digs it out. Geis sets it up for Hall, dug out by Barwick. Here's the setup for Agna and dug out by Lerke. Set over by Geis. Good dig there by Barwick. And Agna with the kill. Abby Agna sneaks it down that far side out of bounds line, and it's 6-1 Marshfield. Dassler goes back to serve now. Dassler on the serve. Dug out that time. Here's the setup for Hall, and that'll be an Evergreen score. Kirsten Hall scores at that time for the Evergreens. Truitt goes back to serve now for DC Everest. 6-2 your score. That one dug out. Here's the setup again for Agna, and great block by the Evergreens that time. And Kurth sets it over, and a sneaky play there by Kaylin Kurth. She scores it for the Tigers, and it's 7-2 Marshfield. Homolka goes back to serve. That one blocked at the net by Agna and Olsen. Taylor's there. Here's the setup again for Agna, and Harmon digs it out. Geis is there. Passed over by Lerke. Kurth, the setup for Olsen. Dug out. Geis. Lerke sets it over. Now Olsen back to Agna, and wow, great dig there. Lerke getting up for that one. Kurth sets it up for Agna again. Blocked again, but out. Point Marshfield. Another kill for Abby Agna. And the Tigers are up 8-2 here on DC Everest. And this is just what the doctor ordered if you're Marshfield, to start off like this, up 8-2. But long way to go here in this set. Homolka on the serve. Homolka digs it out. Kurth set up again for Agna, and Abby Agna is on a roll here in the third set. And timeout DC Everest, the Tigers jumping out here in the third set to a 9-2 lead. We'll take a quick break. Back with more of set number 3 here, Marshfield DC Everest on Zaleski Sports.
Elite Auto Care is a family-owned business providing top-notch car care to the Schofield, Weston, and Wausau area. They deliver honest and professional automotive repair and maintenance services with quality ASE certified technicians that you can trust. Elite Auto Care offers the latest technology and is equipped to handle all major and minor repairs on both foreign and domestic vehicles. From general maintenance, air conditioning and brakes to exhaust, axle repair, tires, or just a simple oil change. Turn to Elite Auto Care, your local family-owned auto business on Schofield Avenue in Schofield.
Great Lakes Cheese. Join the team at Great Lakes Cheese in Wausau. You'll work at a state-of-the-art facility with excellent benefits, pay, culture, and so much more. Join a growing company and get your career on the right path at Great Lakes Cheese. Learn more and apply at GreatLakesCheese.com. Lauren Homolka back to serve for the Tigers here, and there is an ace for Lauren Homolka. The Tigers have come out ready to play here in the third set. 10-2, Tigers lead it. They're down 2-0 in the set count, and that's another ace for Homolka. And again, that's the thing about volleyball. It's very similar to baseball or any sport that there's no clock. Momentum can turn on a dime in sports like this. It's impossible to run out of time as a team. So making comebacks is more probable in a sport like volleyball or baseball than if you compare it to a sport like football, basketball, soccer even, where you've got a clock and you just might actually run out of time. Tigers up 12-2 here, trying to make no mistake here, and Amolka serves that one into the net. Really just the first error we've seen from the Tigers here in this third set. And that's that really, if you go back to that second set, big reason of what cost them there in that second set is some missed hits on serves. Some not great performances at the serving line. And that is what I did talk with Coach Sadowska earlier this season after Marshfield beat Merrill, as that's going to be DC Everest point goes out. And she did, if I remember correctly, emphasize the importance of her team's performance at that serve line. That was one of the things she emphasized in that match. If my memory serves me correctly, that was a few weeks ago now, but Johnson back to serve. Blocked at the net. That's Kurth with the block. And Marshfield goes up 13-4 now. Kurth goes back to serve now. Dug out there. Here's the setup to Geis and rolls over the net. Marshfield able to recover it. Here's the set over. Kurth digs it out. Now the setup here into the rafters. Barwick's just got to pass it over. Harmon's there. Johnson, the setup here for Lohman, and the kill. Another one for Olsen that time. Sophia Olsen. The kill there for the Tigers. And it's 14-4 Marshfield. Kurth goes back to serve. Everest. They get that one over, and they do. That's Geis. Set up here. Taylor has it blocked at the net by Lohman. Agna's there. Dug out Lerke. And that one on the line, a kill for Sydney Geis. (14-5) Marshfield. Back to serve for the Evergreens is Riley Rajek. And a great dig there by Dassler. Here's the setback, blocked at the net. The score for the Tigers, Abby Agna and Sophia Olsen team up that time. A couple of substitutions here for the Tigers. It's Alyssa Femmel and Kaylee Sharon checking into the game. Sharon goes back to serve. Harmon digs that one out. Here's the setup for Lerke, and Lerke close to a kill, but a great dig by Sharon. Femmel sets it over. The setup here for Lerke, deflected, dug out now. And the setup for Femmel, she'll set it over again, and the score. Alyssa Femmel, the junior, with the score. Just sets it right into the middle of that Evergreen defense, and Marshfield leads at 16-5 now. Sharon back to serve. Dug out there by Harmon. Here's the setup to Lerke, and that's a kill. Right in Lerke. Again, she has been great in this match. Those first two sets, she's unbelievable. Great digs, obviously kills from Lerke as well. Harmon back to serve here for the Evergreens. Set up here, Taylor, and that's a kill. Walking the line with it does Grace Taylor. And the Tigers well on their way to getting their first set win here in this match. Up by 11 here, 17-6. Barwick back to serve. Harmon digs it out. Here's the setup for Truitt. Into the net, point Marshfield. 18-6 Tigers. with that one going into the net. That one dug out. Lerke's there, passes it over. Kurth, the setup for Femmel, dug out. Harmon. Dug out there, Kurth. Agna sets it up for Harmon again, the set over. Truitt takes it out, now the setup for Truitt. Dug out by Kurth. Barwick sets it up for Taylor with the left, and a well-placed spike there by Grace Taylor. Scores it for the Tigers. It's 19-8 now. Going back to serve now for Marshfield is Ashlyn Barwick. Harmon digs that one out. Here's the setup for Rajek. Barwick, the set back here for Femmel. That one into the net. Point Evergreens. (19-7) now. And we saw DC Everest with a large lead. I don't think it ever got as big as 13 in that first set. So Marshfield, this has been the most dominant performance, as that one's going to go out. Point Marshfield. It's been the most dominant performance in any set we've seen. No, even though Everest did hold a large lead in that first set, they won by 7, and they controlled that one. That second set was a 25-23 win for DC Everest. Marshfield, that's going to be a serve out from Taylor. Point goes to the Evergreens. 20-8 your score now. But again, it's been all Marshfield here in the third set. Lerke back to serve for the Evergreens. Dug out by Barwick. The set back up here. Femmel, dug out Lerke. Set up here, Lohman. Agna's there. Kurth sets it over, no, into the net. Point goes to the Evergreens. Kurth tried to just sneak it over that time, but couldn't quite get it over. And the point goes to DC Everest. 20-9 the score. Kurth, the setup here for Femmel. Femmel has it blocked. And the score for the Evergreens, that's Hall and Truitt there on the block. And now 20-10 Marshfield. Lerke back to serve. Barwick's there, the ace. Right in Lerke with the ace. Lerke back to serve it. And another kill here. Another score for the Evergreens. Kirsten Hall scores it for DC Everest. Again, for those of you just joining us, see we got some people filtering in here on the broadcast. Marshfield with a win would improve to 9-0 in conference play, give DC Everest their second loss in conference. These are Marshfield's currently first in conference, DC Everest the second. Agna going for the kill that time, going to be out. Point DC Everest. It's now 20-13, but if you're just joining us, the context of this game, Marshfield beat DC Everest earlier this year 3-0 in the set count. Marshfield's 30-3 on the season. DC Everest 17-9. There's a kill. A kill for Alyssa Femmel once again, her second of the set. But, you know, we knew DC Everest was a good team coming into this game, but the way they've started, definitely a surprise. Maybe not to DC Everest, but I think a surprise to most of us watching that come out with a 2-0 set count lead as DC Everest has been excellent today. Hall with a kill there. Marshfield looking to get their first set win here, though, up 21-14. Truitt goes back to serve. But again, mathematically, no one will officially clinch an outright title with a win in this one. But if Marshfield wins, you can say more likely than not they will have this conference sealed up based on what they've got on their future schedule and how they've played in this conference so far this year. This is their biggest test, no doubt. DC Everest is the next best team in this conference. These are the two best teams in the conference. We've seen it all year. So this has been the game we had circled here at Zaleski Sports all day. 22-14, Homolka back to serve it. And again, DC Everest came out a pretty lopsided win in the first set. Marshfield came back and put up a few points to make it a little closer. Everest won that first set 25-18. Then the second set was a nail-biter that Everest won 25-23. And that's how you've got Everest up 2-0 in the set count here. 22-15, Johnson back to serve it. Dug out there by Barwick. Barwick's got to pass it over. Can she get it over? Yes. Kurth sets it up for Agna, and that's automatic. Abby Agna. She gets it in that spot. There's not much you can do. 23-15 off the Agna kill. Kurth goes back to serve now. And that's an ace. Kaylin Kurth with the ace for the Tigers, and now this is the set point as the Tigers lead 24-15. And another good serve. Harmon's there to dig it out. Johnson sets it up. Lohman. Barwick. Kurth, the setup for Agna, and dug out by Lerke. Lohman passes it over. Kurth, the set back here for Taylor. Harmon's there. Johnson up for Guys. And Barwick's got to pass this over. Does. Johnson sets it up for Geis again, and the score. Sydney Geis with the kill for the Evergreens. And it's 24-16 now. Remains set point. Marshfield one away from getting their first set win of the game. And again, another thing coming into this game, Marshfield is our number 6 ranked team in the state here on Zaleski Sports. Our Jason's rankings. Set up there for Taylor. Set back here to Lerke, and Lerke with the kill. Again, Marshfield hasn't snuck their way into the coaches poll rankings yet. They're in the honorable mention part, the 5 teams that are just left out of the top 10 in the coaches poll for the state rankings, but again, that was the case for Spash football for a while, but here at Zaleski Sports, we got them ranked in the top 10, and now Spash is ranked in the top 10 in the coaches poll. Olsen spikes that one into the net, and now it's 24-18 here. So the Evergreens scoring a few in a row now. But this is kind of similar to what we saw in the first set when Marshfield was down. You can put a run together, but it's just really tough when you're down by 10. You can't. There is no room for error when you're down by that much. And Geis, on the spike that time, set up here for Taylor, and Taylor thought you might have that back corner there, but Harmon's there into the rafters. That'll be a score for the Tigers, and the Tigers take their first set of the match. They take the third set 25-18 over the DC Everest Evergreens, and this match has just gotten interesting. It's really been interesting the whole time, but I think we're going to be in for a great finish here in this one. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with DC Everest, Marshfield, Wisconsin Valley Conference Volleyball after this on Zaleski Sports.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
At Nicolay Bank, we believe that our hometown communities are the backbone of what makes Wisconsin special. From Crivets to Manitowoc and Algoma to Grand Chute, you see a thriving community with Nicolay Bank working as a partner, acting not as a corporation, but a community. When we serve together with local entrepreneurs and leaders, great things happen. That is our guiding principle. A strong and successful hometown means a strong and successful Wisconsin. We are proud to be a part of that. Nicolay Bank. Real people, real conversations.
For me, for Green Heck, it's just equal opportunity for everybody to grow.
I've been going to school for electrical system technology, and they gave me opportunity to go to that department. I was like, wow.
Green Heck gives you a lot of opportunities. A lot. People that work hard here, they get opportunity to move up, and I found all that and more here.
I've been encouraged to grow, to get education. Our future's really bright.
Work where there are endless career opportunities, no mandatory overtime, and a great family atmosphere.
Did you know you can start your 4-year degree locally and get the same college experience closer to home? From the moment you step onto our campus, we'll be there for you, supporting your dreams, saving you money, and giving you a well-rounded academic and social experience with student housing, clubs, sports, and leadership opportunities. With NTC's liberal arts transfer degree, you can start here and go anywhere, including guaranteed transfer to UW-Madison, North Central Technical College. Transferability made easy.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get set to start set number 4, and we've got a good one on our hands here in this one. DC Everest with a win here in this set would seal it. They'd upset Marshfield here and give Marshfield their first conference loss of the season. Marshfield with a win in this set would force a 5th set to 15 points. And again, look at those two scenarios. Marshfield is able to get that set. That kind of that really shifts all the pressure back onto DC Everest. You know, I mean, coming into this game, DC Everest, the underdog coming into this match, Marshfield the favorites, you can play a little bit more loose and free, and they came out, got up 2-0, and I think still, you know, in that zone. But when you're up 2-0 in the set count and then you give up 2 sets, if that happens, then really you might start to feel the pressure there to close it out and not give up that lead. But the Tigers trying to have a repeat of set number 2, but DC Everest is going to score the first point in this one. One to nothing. Lerke goes back to serve. Dug out there by Barwick. Here's the setup for Femmel getting the start in this one, and in the net, lift called against Marshfield. Point goes to the Evergreens. 2-0 DC Everest here. Geis goes back to serve it. Barwick, here's the setup for Femmel again, deflected. The set back, that's Hall, and the kill for Kirsten Hall, and the Evergreens coming out on fire here to start the 4th set. Yeah, we have not yet seen today a team be able to come back from a deficit even 3 points. So far in this match, it's been whatever team got out to the hot start has been the team that's won. Marshfield going to need to stop that trend here if they want to force a 5th set. Here's the setup to Femmel. Blocked at the net. Another score for the Evergreens. Lindsay Truitt with the block, and the Evergreens go up 4-0 to start the 4th set. What a response from the Evergreens after Marshfield really handled that 3rd set to come back and now be up 4-0. Here's the setup to Femmel. The set back, that's Lerke. Kurth up to Femmel, blocked again, another one for the Evergreens. Kirsten Hall and Lindsay Truitt team up on the block. The Evergreens go up 5-0. Lerke back to serve. Barwick digs it out into the rafters. Homolka. Femmel passes it over. Harmon's there. Geis sets it up for Lerke. Deflected by the Tigers. Kurth set up here for Agna, and that's really a great hit there. Just skimmed it over the net, but a great dig as well. And the kill, Lindsay Truitt, and the Evergreens all over the Tigers here to start the 4th set. What a response here in the 4th set for DC Everest. Again, we talked about pressure, and even after dropping 1 set, that thought could easily start creeping into your mind. Well, they're coming back now. The Tigers are coming back, but what a way to start for the Evergreens. Set up here for Agna, and there's a kill for Abby Agna. The Tigers break that 6-0 Evergreen run as they look to make a run and rally of their own here. Back to serve for the Tigers. Looks like Casey Dassler. And that one blocked the net. Harmon Dug out there by Barwick. Kurth going to set it up for Agna. Agna with the left has it blocked. Another setup here. That's Homolka, and that's a kill for Lauren Homolka. So back-to-back scores here for the Tigers. It makes the score 6-2. Again, I haven't mentioned it a lot because this has been such an action-packed match, but we do have another game coming up next on Zaleski Sports. You'll have to switch over to another stream for it, but there's an ace. Casey Dassler with the ace. But it will be Marshfield and Spash coming up next on Zaleski Sports, so be sure to stay tuned for that and keep watching some Wisconsin Valley Conference volleyball action here on a Saturday. Again, it's starting to get cold outside. Perfect time to sit inside and watch some fall WIAA sports. And there's a kill. Score for the Evergreens. That's Lerke with another kill. And she really had a couple of great sets in those first two sets of this match. It looks like Wausau West has finished up with their match. They're coming into this gym as well. Agna, too strong. Out. Point goes to the Evergreens. 8-3, DC Everest. Lerke on the serve. Set back here for Homolka. Dug out Geis. Lerke over with it. Dug out there by Dassler. Set up here for Abby Agna, and the kill for Agna. 8-4 Evergreens. The serve for Lauren Homolka just skims it over the net. Geis set up here for Hall. Dug out by Taylor. Set up again for Agna. Dug out Geis. Lerke is there. Set up for Lohman. Too strong. Out. And nope, they say it was tipped. Say Marshfield tipped it. Point goes to the Evergreens. The kill for Addison Lohman. Nine to 4 your score. Truitt on the serve. Here's the setup for Agna. And there's the kill for Agna. Right off the hands of Truitt. Abby Agna with another kill here for the Tigers. Kurth back to serve now for the Tigers. And Lerke's there. The setup here for Hall, and a nice dig, wow, from Dassler. No, Marshfield cannot keep that in. That was going to be too tough of a pass over for Agna. Point goes to DC Everest, and the Evergreens lead it 10-5 now. They're maintaining this 4 or 5 point lead that they have held. Johnson on the serve that time. Set up here for Olsen. Dug out by Johnson. Lerke. The set back for Lohman. Barwick's there. Set back Taylor. Dug out Geis. Lerke goes for it. Dassler launches that one into the stratosphere. Agna with a kill. Abby Agna, another one. 11-6. Or no, 10-6. DC Everest now. Again, Marshfield undefeated in conference play coming into this game. DC Everest has one loss in conference, but that came against Marshfield. So both of these teams are undefeated against the rest of the teams in conference as Agna serves that one into the net. Point goes to the Evergreens, 11-6. Now DC Everest with the lead. Back to serve is Riley Rajek for the Evergreens. Too strong on the serve, going to go out. Point Tigers. Barwick back to serve. Johnson sets it up for Lerke, and the kill for Ryden Lerke. This Evergreen team now leads Marshfield 12-7 here in the fourth set. Harmon back to serve. Dug out by Agna. Barwick sets it up here for Femmel. Dug out there. Back to Lerke. Agna's there and miss-hit a bit. And that's going to be a score for DC Everest. Score for Lerke. Again, that Agna and Kurst that time kind of miscommunicated who's going to go get that ball. And at the last second, Agna had to go for it and made it kind of miss-hit under the net. 13-7. Kurth up to Amolka. And wow, the kill for Amolka rattled the net. And DC Everest back in the lead by 5. Taylor back to serve for the Tigers. Johnson sets it up for Truitt. Blocked at the net. The score for DC Everest. They got over the kill for Lindsey Truitt as Hall checks in for Johnson. 14-8, the 6-point lead for the Evergreens. Lerke back to serve, a great serve. Marshfield recovers on it though. Homolka passes it over. The setback, here's Hall, deflected at the net. Kurst, the setup for Homolka, and there's a kill for Lauren Homolka. 14-9, Everest now but yeah, it seems like every time Marshfield gets a score, Everest comes right back, and Everest has just been able to kind of maintain this 5-point lead throughout this entire set. Taylor on the serve. Harmon digs it out. And here's the setup for Truitt off the net. Marshfield corrals it. Set up here for Agna. Deflected at the net. Guy sets it up for Lerke. Blocked. Back over to the Marshfield side. Homolka's there. Agna back on it. Long rally here. Lerke. Dug out by Taylor. Kerr sets it over. Dug out. And now the setback for Hall. Taylor's there. Kirst up for Agna. Too strong. Point. Evergreens. 15-9 DC Everest, and this Evergreen crowd is loud here and feeling it for their Evergreen team. Timeout Marshfield. We'll take a quick 30-second break. Back after this on Zaleski Sports.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Welcome back, everybody. It is a 6-point lead for DC Everest here, as we're going to have a chance to hear from one of our great sponsors here at Zaleski Sports. We're going to hear from our friends over at Elegant Occasions. Homecoming dresses have arrived at Elegant Occasions in Rib Mountain. Did you know that the lower level at Elegant Occasions features hundreds of homecoming dresses, almost all priced at $89 or less? Make your appointment online to get your homecoming dress at elegantoccasions.net. The 6-point lead here for DC Everest. Lerke back to serve. Dug out there by Barwick. Here's the setup for Agna. Taps over with the left. Evergreen's ready for it. Lohman's there. Dug out by Taylor. Kurst sets it over. Now the setup, and wow, I mean, that's going to be a kill for Kirsten Hall, and I think that's one where she's saying, I didn't even try to hit it like that. That one came off her hand wrong, and it had a side spin to it, and she just laid it like a horizontal line drive across the net and scored it. It's been that kind of day for DC Everest. They've had it all going on here today. Lerke digs it out. Lohman passes it over and hit there. Miscommunication between Ashlyn Barwick and Casey Dassler, and the Evergreens are up 17-9. A win here in the fourth set wins them the match, and that would tie them. Well, technically they would be ahead of Marshfield in the conference, but because they've played more games so far. But essentially it ties them atop the conference with the Marshfield Tigers, because both teams will play the same amount of conference games by the end of the year. Hit over there, Hall, and that's going to be too strong out off of Kurth. Point Evergreens, and these DC Everest fans, you can tell, starting to feel it. Starting to feel like this is getting very close to an upset win here for the DC Everest Evergreens. Set up here for Agna, blocked at the net. Kurth up for Agna again, and that is in right on the line for Agna. Again, it's just been a well-played, I mean, it's stating the obvious, but it's just been an incredibly well-played game from DC Everest. Marshfield's had a couple of self-inflicted errors with serves and stuff of that nature, but that not enough to where it would have changed the outcome. Set 2 may have changed the outcome of, but DC Everest has just done as good a job as anybody against these Marshfield hitters. I've had anybody this season, really. Agna is going to have a kill there. Abby Agna with another kill. Again, that's really been in this fourth set. In the third set, it was everybody for Marshfield scoring out there on that front line. But in this fourth set, it's really been just Agna that they've been able to find offense out of right now to score. So far in this fourth set, Homolka to serve it. And there's going to be an ace for Lauren Homolka. There's one of those front hitters for Marshfield that usually a high point score for this Tiger team. 18-12 now. This is far from a insurmountable lead, but if you're the Tigers and you want to come back here, it's got to happen pretty quickly. And there's a couple of aces right in a row. Miss hit by Lerke. Lauren Homolka with back-to-back aces, and DC Everest wants a timeout now. Everest leads Marshfield 18-13. We'll take a quick break. Be back after this with more Wisconsin Valley Conference volleyball after this on Zaleski Sports.
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
they, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed.
It's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
Welcome back, everybody. DC Everest leads Marshfield 18-13 here in the fourth set. They're up 2-1 in the set count over Marshfield. Dustin Erickson of First Weber in Wausau is your local real estate expert. Growing up in central Wisconsin, he has a clear understanding of the financial needs of the people in this community. Whether buying or selling, contact Dustin for all of your real estate needs. There's Lerke with a kill out of the timeout. Or no, that's Hall, excuse me. Kirsten Hall with the kill. And the Evergreens go back up by 6, up 19-13 here. And these Evergreen fans, these players can sense this is got an opportunity here to give Marshfield their first conference loss of the season. Kurth sets it up for Agna, and oh my gosh, that was nearly an unbelievable dig. Really, it was anyways. Agna with the kill, but Truitt very nearly kept that one in and scored on the other side. That would have been one of the best digs of the year if that would have stayed in bounds. 19-14, Kurth back to serve it. Skims it off the net. Geis just does such a nice job of keeping the ball away from the net. Here's the setup for Agna, dug out by Lerke. Geis is there, set up for Lohman, and 2 strong point Tigers. Now a 4-point game. 4-point set. Kurth goes back to serve for the Tigers. And dug out there, Hall. Geis now sets it up for Hall. Deflected, point, DC Everest as it went out off of Marshfield. And the Evergreens go back up by 5, and they're to that magic number, the magic number 20. And again, Jason Zaleski always likes to point out, and it's true in these situations, if you get to 21st, the stats back up. You got a pretty good chance of coming out with a win. It's tough to come back once that team hits that magic number of 20, but Marshfield's going to try to do it here. They score that time on the kill from Olsen, 20-16. And now coming in to serve, it's Kaylee Sharon for the Tigers. Dug out there, Harmon. Johnson, the setup here for Lerke. Dug out Sharon. The set over there by Kurth. Harmon's ready for it. Johnson, the set back here to Geis, and Geis with the kill. Sydney Geis with the kill, and the Evergreens are back up by 5, 21-16. Again, call the names of players like Lerke or Hall or Truitt tonight with a lot of scores, but sneakily, Sydney Geis had really an excellent day. A junior setter. Again, just really keeping the ball alive, and there's an ace. An ace for Riley Rajek, and this Everest fan base can feel it. The players, the bench can feel it. They're excited. They're feeling good. They're 3 away from giving Marshfield their first conference loss, and now these teams will be tied atop the conference after this game. And technically, DC Everest will have the lead in the conference if they win this game because they've played one more conference game, but there's going to be a score for the Tigers. Again, I think it's more helpful to say that they're tied because, again, the only reason Everest would be ahead of Marshfield, they both have one loss. It's just because Marshfield has played one less conference game, but that by the end of the season, they will have both played the same amount of conference games. And that's going to be a Marshfield score. Double hit call against the Evergreens. Back to a 4-point game here, 22-18. And again, this is such a huge match because both these teams have really handled the rest of the teams in this conference. DC Everest's only loss of the conference season has come to Marshfield, so we wouldn't expect either of these teams to lose to anybody else other than each other in conference play. So that's going to be another Marshfield score blocked at the net. Lauren Homolka blocks it, but that's where this game likely decides the conference. When we look back at the end of the year, it very likely does. And if Marshfield wins, they likely would take the conference outright, but DC Everest, with how it's looking, they very well may be in a situation where they're going to have a conference title shared with Marshfield as well by the end of the year. Agna, and she keeps it in, but this Tiger team not done yet. Abby Agna with the kill. She finds the back corner. Timeout, DC Everest. It's a 2-point game. Everest leads Marshfield 22-20. We'll take a quick 30-second break. Be back from DC Everest High School after this on Zaleski Sports.
Welcome to J&D Tube Benders. Here at J&D, we strive to meet our customers' requirements and expectations. We pursue this goal through the effort of our dedicated employees by continually improving in the areas of customer service, quality, and productivity. We pride ourselves on not only being a pillar of the manufacturing industry, but a family to our employees. J&D Tube Benders, the fastest name in tube line fabrication.
Welcome back, everybody. Everest leads Marshfield 22-20. It was 20-15 Everest. Marshfield's put on a little bit of a run here, cut the deficit down to 2. But again, the last time this happened, it happened a little bit earlier in this set. Everest called timeout, and just like that, they extended their lead back up to 5 or 6. They're going to be looking to do it again. Again, it just doesn't get to be much more of a high-tension environment than this. Late season, a game that likely decides who wins the conference at the end of the year between DC Everest and Marshfield. Lerke on the hit that time. Kurth sets it back for Taylor, and a kill for Grace Taylor. Marshfield has cut it to within 1 point, the closest they've come this entire set. And it is 22-21. Barwick back to serve for the Tigers. Harmon digs out that serve. Set up here. That's Geis, and Geis has another kill. And Sydney Geis has really been, especially towards the end of this set, the key player for DC Everest here. Keeping the ball alive and getting a couple of kills here. And she's normally a setter. 23-21 Everest now. Harmon on the serve. Agna, that's it. Kurth is there. That's Homolka. A great dig that time. It's like Riley Raycheck there. Blocked at the net. Score for Everest. Or no. Hang on a second. Yeah, they say it was deflected. Say Marshfield deflected it. Marshfield doesn't like the call. Or, well, hang on. So they're giving the point to the Evergreens. I think that's the right call based on what I saw. They're going to discuss it a little bit more. And this is a massive decision either way. It's a big point. It's tough to see. I don't know if the ball was deflected around multiple times. I think the line judge might be arguing that it should be point. Oh, they're going to give the point to Marshfield. They're going to give the point to Marshfield here. They're going to say it was deflected off of Everest, I'm guessing. Again, that was a bang-bang play. I can't really give you much insight on. I mean, it's really tough to even give you an opinion on what I thought about it to the naked eye. It was that bang-bang of a call. You just have to go with what the call is on the floor. And they're trying to discuss something else. I think they're trying to get substitutions down now. Again, they motion point Marshfield. It's now 23-22, and the point will go to the Tigers. Back to serve it is Grace Taylor. 23-22, Taylor back to serve. Taylor gets it over, dug out by Harmon. Johnson, the setup here, that's Geis. And Geis with another one. Sydney Geis with another kill. She's had 3 huge plays here in this 4th set for the Evergreens. And this is the set point and the match point. Everest up 24-22. Geis back to serve. Agnes there. Kurth sets it up for Homolka, and Homolka with the kill. Lauren Homolka keeps the Tigers alive. It remains set and match point as Dassler will check in for Femmel. And again, you can just feel the tension here in the building. Dassler back to serve it. Set and match point for the Evergreens. Dug out there. Geis, the setup. Truitt. Great dig by Barwick, but on the wrong side, somehow kept alive. Oh, on the wrong side of the court. DC Everest has done it. They have beaten Marshfield. Well, they're going to discuss this again. And they were saying he was over the line, which I think she definitely was. Yes, point DC Everest. Yeah, Marshfield was on. They were on this side of the court. And they're just trying to explain this to Marshfield here. And they're going to give the point to Everest. Everest wins it. The Evergreens upset the Marshfield Tigers here today. The Evergreens win it 3-1. They take the 4th and final set, 25-23. The Evergreens now sit atop the Wisconsin Valley Conference, as both of these teams have one conference loss now here on the season. Both of them have beaten each other. Again, technically, DC Everest is ahead because they've played one more game. For the sake of just simplifying things, it's more likely these teams are tied, but because they're going to play the same amount of games at the end of the season, same amount of conference games at the end of the season. But what a game it was here today. DC Everest takes down Marshfield 3-1, and they sit atop, along with Marshfield, the Wisconsin Valley Conference. That's going to bring us to the end here of this game. Evergreens fired up, but guess what? We've got another game coming up for you live on Zaleski Sports. It'll be on a different stream here, and these Evergreens are fired up. These players coming out into the stands and hugging their parents. This is like the biggest. I mean, we said it was the biggest game of the day. This is This feels like the reaction here, like a Super Bowl or a state championship win on here. This is a big game. Again, conference rivalry stuff. This is big stuff, important stuff to these players and these teams, and you like to see the energy and the enthusiasm out there on the court. DC Everest gets the win. That'll bring us to the end here of this broadcast. But again, we are going to have Marshfield and Spash coming up live for you next on Zaleski Sports. It'll be on another stream, so we'll switch right over to that stream, get that one live for you. They're going to take, I think, a 30 to 40-minute break, let these two teams get some food and a little lunch break here. But we're going to take a break, or we're going to end this stream here, and we'll see you on the Spash Marshfield broadcast. My name's Kale Jacoby alongside Braden Bullis doing the production. Back with Marshfield Spash after this, Zaleski Sports.